Yeah.
Yo. It's your boys, NEOWrestling, with another episode 10. I think that's probably on the camera right there. It's your boy, NeekCinco. It's your boy, E-Bunny. And we're
It's
back
E, man.
again.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, we're back again. Another episode.
We made it.
We made it. This time we are going to be talking about John Cena's last show, Saturday night's main event, the December 13th edition of 2025. Cool card. We got Obafemi Cody Rhodes, we got Bailey Sol Ruka, we got AJ Lee, the tag team versus Javon and Leon. We got Gunther versus John Cena. So I don't think there's any reason to start wasting time on this. This shouldn't be too lengthy of a conversation about Saturday night's main event. We'll start with
All right.
Cody and Obafemi. The video we just did last just hit the internet. We were literally just talking about this, and it went exactly how we kind of thought it was gonna go. Right?
Oh, Triple H.
What else were they supposed to do though? What else was he supposed to do?
Triple H. You're gonna get vanilla, and you're gonna like vanilla. Here it is.
You wanted the Oba win, right?
Or anything besides that. Look, I obviously knew that this was the most likely outcome. Sometimes in my predictions, I don't know if you've caught on to this. Like sometimes I pick the thing that I don't go with what I always think is the most likely. I sometimes go with like what is a version of like close to the most likely, but could be a little bit more interesting. And that's burned me more times than not because that's just not the way that things have gone this year creatively. Uh, but DQ, nobody gets pinned.
I don't know why anybody would have
Nobody
thought.
loses anything, right? It's all just going back to a dead feud. All right, here we go.
Hey, I mean, it wasn't going to go anywhere if one of them won. It would have just been go back to NXT, go back to SmackDown, have a good day. So I'm cool with it going this direction because Cody and Drew, I mean, they just got to get it over with. This will be the last match. There's no way they get a part 4 out of this. Hopefully, cross my fingers.
Isn't this 4?
No, they had tag team matches, but there's only been 2 like standalone, like in the feud matches between them, if I'm not mistaken.
WrestlePalooza. They
And then
had
Saturday
at
night's main
least
event. Well, no, it was like
they
a
had at
random.
least
It was
one.
like a random Friday. They
They
had that
they,
match.
they had a like impromptu SmackDown match when Cody wasn't even in his
Yeah,
gear.
that don't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
Cody went instant heel and got DQ'd, bro. Like
It was a match.
it
That's a
was like
match.
3 minutes.
They said ding ding ding, it's a match.
Whatever. Fuck it. Cool. That's not a real match though. That's like the fuck. You don't go look at a feud and be like, yeah, you know, they threw 2 punches and then DQ'd and be like, yeah, that was so crazy in the feud. So they're owed a third actual match. So I'm done. I'm down, and then let it die, bro. Like, hopefully Drew takes this shit. Like, that would be the actual shocker, and that's why I'm not mad that we're back here. It's because Drew needs to take it.
Well, that wouldn't be the last match, then.
No, they'll come back to that later. Like, I get
They're
I
not
get that.
ending the feud with Drew taking his title and walking away. If they would have let him win at WrestlePalooza, maybe, but not now. But anyway.
I mean, you're trying to predict the unpredictable. Obviously, they like vanilla, but they also do like shakeups every now and then.
They're
And
not giving Drew the title now. They're about to go into.
I'm not
They're in
saying
cruise
he
control
is.
right now
I'm
until
not
the
saying they
Royal
are.
Rumble, and then they're on cruise control until WrestleMania.
I'm not saying they
title
are.
title change wise.
But that'll be the interesting route. That'll be the interesting route. But I don't
You
think
know what
anybody
that sounds
cares.
like? You know what that sounds
What's
like?
it sound like?
The same exact argument that I had and that we had for why Kevin Owens should have won last year at the Royal Rumble. To let him hold it for a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I feel like we both were like kind of like, yeah, it would have been cool, but it just doesn't go that way all the time. We don't know when it's gonna go that way and when it is gonna go that way, and that's the beauty of watching wrestling. We're gonna be bummed out a lot, but when it goes our way, it feels really good, don't it? So it's the high that keeps
Yeah.
on giving. So I'll keep riding. But the match was good though. Oba was pushing him to the limits. Cody was being Cody, not looking like he was really gonna lose, but he was looking like it was a possibility. And then
Obo was cooking, bro.
no, he definitely was. He definitely was. But that's
Like
just the
Obo.
when Drew came out there and and Oba confronted Drew. All I could say was, "Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me." And then they had Cody get up and do his little thing, and they beat up on Drew. And I'm like, yo, honestly, imagine if Oba got called up in the next couple of weeks and they somehow found their way into a triple threat. Because, Oba Femi does really good in multi man matches.
I would love that.
I'd salivate at the mouth for that match, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
May the wrestling god. Because, it's about time. Javon Evans is on main roster TV every fucking week now. This guy can't even avoid main roster TV
Yeah.
anymore. So bring up Femi too, bro. Like, you got enough down there. You ain't need him no more. But you got anything else to say about this match?
Yeah. So one more thing. I feel like I want to highlight and give shout out and congratulations. Like his Oba's entire present, like this is his first real main roster presentation between him showing up on SmackDown on Friday with that promo, which he killed, and then this match on Saturday. The presentation, the entrance, 10 out of 10. Triple H, I swear, if you touch this entrance, which I know you're gonna do it, and I'm gonna be, but oh, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't touch nothing.
Nah, bro. When it comes in and it's like some rock version of this shit, I'm be so mad.
Don't touch nothing. The main roster crowd already knows how to and everything. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. So I guess we move on to the next match. Bailey, Soul
Shout out to
Ruka.
Obafemi.
Yeah, shout out Obafemi, man. You're
Yeah.
gonna be a beast when you get to the main roster. Pray they do you right. But yeah, Bailey Soul Ruka. Another pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping they let us down the Soul Ruka Zarya heel turn path in this match. It just felt right. But I don't know. The longer the Zarya Soul Ruka thing gets like dragged out, the more I feel like the heel turn might not be Zarya. So, and I think that's their literal intention with this too, is they're trying to like misdirect us in a sense, or at least make us think that something else might be going on. Somebody else might be the aggressor here. But that's just solid. I don't think there's much else to say. Uh, Nothing really too crazy
Um,
happened.
I
Kick,
think
kick the soul.
for me, I still hold that they're dragging that to stand and deliver. I think that's one of the stand and deliver matches.
Yeah. A lot of people are starting to be in the narrative that they've walked away from the storyline that Bailey was with the split personalities, and I don't know why people were thinking that. Like the multi personality thing.
They definitely changed it.
Well, why? Because they're not doing the vignettes anymore. Because I feel like the vignettes were literally just to get to these moments, not the everlasting thing of her like literally struggling
I
with the voices.
I felt like with the vignettes, it was a lot more of like a bipolar, like multi-personality thing. And this could be a too online of a take maybe not. I think the timing of it of people um people responding to it in like a ooh like this is a really delicate line of like here's this character thing that you're playing versus like this is like a like actually serious thing that like really impacts people's lives, you know, negatively. So there's, I think, a lot more sensitivity around that topic and that kind of persona now versus when it was done previously about a decade ago, and then when AJ came back, who was like one of the more prominent people that had a similar gimmick to that, and like AJ has such a personal story of everything that she went through in her own advocacy. It again, I don't think AJ coming back is the reason why they tweaked it. But I do think it's interesting the timing of it all, and that I think like I wouldn't be surprised if that and that conversation was part of the reason why it's now more of a um you know, she will have like Lyra is now a like trigger for her that can like turn her into becoming really angry or kind of like turning up in a way, but it's not as much like a split like I'm one person and then I'm the other person. The other thing that I think about quickly is I think uh that the way that they were um the way that they were showing it at the start is kind of it's kind of difficult for the audience because if you're switching like mid match from a face to a heel, then the audience doesn't know whether to cheer you or boo you. Like it like gets really
But it's
confusing.
not really a heel character. It's just a more aggressive Bailey. Not that she was there's never really been an instance where she was a heel. She's just a menace, not a heel. So, and the other part, I think it's unfair to media that the world is in the place that it is today because people are so sensitive about things, and now you have to be, mindful of people's sensitivity because it's like if you're limiting, how do you enjoy things if you put so much of a limit on what people can do and can't do in media, especially when they're not trying to be harmful or malicious about what they're doing when they're just doing a character. Um, because then you start putting all these limitations on what kind of characters, and then you just start getting generic things, and that's what wrestling fans complain about is generic and vanilla. But you can't even have fun because people are gonna start complaining when you start touching touchy subjects, which is lame. So that those kind of arguments really get me to, I'm not gonna lie, roll my eyes because it's like an understandable concept, but it's like imagine if you went to a movie director and was like, "Oh well, you can't use XYZ kind of characters because people get offended when they do that in the movie." It's like, but like that's probably a component that makes the story more captivating, and I can't even have that in there because people are gonna complain and whine and be sensitive about something that's not even like me doing anything wrong. But that's just my thought process. Some people complaining about stuff like that. So other than that, I don't really think they deaded the character. I just think they took it. They might have took like you said, they took a different direction with it, especially because Lyra got involved, so they made it a trigger. And I think it's a fun device for their little dynamic right now. It's a little odd that they pieced it out so easily, but I like the moments that like Lyra's kind of starting to like let me not say realize what's going on, but she knows she can like light a fire in the Bailey is what she thinks in her head, not realizing that she's snapping her into like a whole split personality type of thing. And I think that's a cool aspect.
Yeah, I think the most recent backstage segment on Raw kind of shows Lyra like understands the difference now, and like she was like purposefully like egging Bailey
But see,
on
that's why I
to
think it's
become
a
the more
little
aggressive
different than
version of
that because I
herself.
don't think she fully understands. I just think she's real. Thinks she's lighting a fire, like she's just giving that juice to
Maybe,
Bailey.
yeah.
and she doesn't understand that she's like activating a whole different personality. Like she just thinks Bailey kind of like Bailey just gets really gassed up when when the right moment comes up, and I think that's all she thinks is going on right there. I think that's all she thinks is going on. But good match. Good thing for Soruka to get this win. This is what her first appearance on the main roster, I think. So,
She had a couple
or
of
did she have
tag
the
team
tag team matches? Right?
matches.
Yeah. So this is her
Yeah,
first solo match on the main roster. She put on an awesome show, and
I think so. Yeah,
that DDT was pretty cool, different,
that was
and
sick.
you can
Yeah,
tell the crowd instantly got into her. Like Soruka will pull some moves out of nowhere, and a lot of them too. So I look forward to seeing her on the main roster also, but I do feel like the Zarya storyline has to finish first. Like whatever they're gonna do with that can't move up to the main roster. It can't linger and wait for both of them to get there. It's got to end
yeah.
before Soul goes, before Zarya.
I thought something that was fun about this that I noticed was I felt like there were multiple moments where like you could see on Soul's face that she was like, "Whoa!" Like th- this is like this is a much larger crowd, or like that than like I've ever been in, or like, "Whoa!" Like did I really just do that, or like, "Oh, like is this like can I really do this? Like is this actually happening?" Which is part of what Cena like when like he was talking about why he wanted this to be a showcase for these people. It's like let's put real like let's have these young folks come up and have a really bright light on them and see how they respond. Um, and I think that she responded to it really well. It was just I think interesting to like see her try to like process the like the huge moment that she was in real time.
Yeah, that's part of why I don't really think anything was wrong with this tour. Especially with the ending of the tour and this tournament type atmosphere and the Saturday night's main event for him and the WWE is because I can't lie, this year has been really good for the NXT guys, especially when it has been to performing on the main roster. 'Cause, like, look at Legend now. She's an actual main roster participant now, where just recently she was just coming up for tag team matches against Jade and Bianca and stuff like that. And this year has really done, like I said, wonders for the NXT people who are on their way up or like knocking on the door of about to be on their way
Yeah,
up. Speaking of NXT, shout out Steve Hill. New
shout
North
out.
American Women's Champion. Shout out to Hill. Yeah. So shout out to John Cena for that. You mentioning that, and it reminds me of when LA Knight first started realizing that he wasn't just buzzing, like he was actually over. And you can see him coming out and like really just soaking in the crowd, really just going sick for
Yeah.
him on to come out. And those got to be awesome moments, like when that transition happens. And you're like, I'm kind of big time now, ain't I? Like,
Mhm. For sure.
all right, on to the next. AJ Lee, the tag team versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Uh, to go back to me saying a lot of good for the NXT. This one's a lot of good for TNA, but it just shows how much they want to show you young talent nowadays. And that they got a TNA guy on John Cena's final show. Like it's pretty interesting to think about. Not really the biggest deal because Leon Slater's been popping up left, right, up, and down on NXT and stuff like that. But just to be on
TNA for now.
yeah, just to be on John Cena's final appearance is a big deal as a TNA guy. Like it's almost as cool as being able to say you did what Gunther did, but you're just a TNA guy being like, yo, I was John Cena's last time, I was there. And I wasn't just there watching, dog. I was performing. Like he wanted me on that card. So that's pretty awesome and they put on a great show. Like expected, bro. Those guys are like super athletes. I'm not gonna act like I care for Leon Slater that much, but when he's on the screen, he's super entertaining. Like he super saved that match too. I don't know if that was a botch or an intentional botch because I felt like when
He
they
fell.
but I felt like
He
when they
fell.
transitioned to the outside, like I was like, is that something that we were gonna get to regardless? Is this outside like fake styles clash that almost happened? Because it felt like it transitioned from that botch to that so
Oh,
seamlessly.
oh, I think you're talking about a different moment then, because the one that I was talking about was when AJ, like at the very end of the match, was going for the
Yes, when the
phenomenal
phenomenal forearm.
forearm.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And like within the next like couple moments, it led up to that moment, and I was like, "Yo, this was like kind of too smooth or something." However, it ended after that, I was like, "That was like a little too smooth of a recovery for this to be
I
like
think
a
they,
botch." But
I
I feel like
think
it's a botch also,
they, I think they recovered really well.
and that's why I'm
Like,
giving props to Leon Slater because like him going from just going for the pin to setting up the what was it? Oh, he jumped on the top turnbuckle and then got caught in a Styles clash. Is that what happened?
yes,
I'm
yeah,
like, yo, bro, the
yeah,
transition from that to that, I was like, yo, you guys are clean for that, bro. If that was an actual mess
yeah.
up and you turned it into that. But good match.
Yeah, those like a tag team ones that AJ and Dragon Lee have been pulling off the like past couple of weeks have been really cool.
No, the tag team has been looking really good with those guys as the champions. Way better than it has with the Judgment Day. What we got the Usos next for them? I think so, right?
I don't think they've announced it, but you would have to assume so, that it's
And
coming
then AJ
sometime
kind of
soon.
just like then AJ implied that he was gonna go holler at them about it. So I think that is the next match for them, especially because they just beat the
Oh,
New
maybe he
Day.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, especially because they just beat the New Day and stuff like that. So because what other tag team would be there, right? Yeah. So
who knows?
Uso me up, baby. Uh, honestly, I would love a lose and then like take it right back scenario there, just so like they could feel good and then crash out right after. Like yeah, AJ and
Well,
Dragon want their rematch, and they just win it right back type shit.
depending on how quickly they fast forward into the AJ and Gunther stuff, that like could be a next up thing, and that could be a tease for months from now.
Yeah,
You
that is
never know.
interesting. Um, I posed the idea that they can do it like a bi-weekly thing, where like one week is focused on the tag teams, the next week is kind of more focused on AJ and Gunther until that leads up to whatever, and that would probably kind of work. Where like even on the week where you're doing the tag team, you can like sprinkle in a little bit of the solo stuff with like them crossing each other or something. So I think it could work. Will they do it? Probably not. Probably not. So
Yeah, I was saying that because I think there's a possibility that that's AJ's WrestleMania match,
the Gunther,
which would then be
the
which would be a
retirement.
while from now.
Well, the last
Yeah,
WrestleMania match. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, that
Um,
might just be his last match, um, but before we jump too far
I'm
into
about to
that, I
say, yeah.
just
What
want
you
to
got for this
also
match?
say, for that match, one, man, it was quick.
It
What
was
did it end up
moving.
being? Like 5 or 6 minutes.
Was that it?
But man, yeah,
Really?
yes, and they put in a whole like 15 minutes worth of stuff.
I saw a lot
Do
of moves
I?
in 5 minutes.
Yeah. um, I I definitely enjoyed this match. Do I wish that I could see the version of this match that's 15 minutes instead of 6? Yes. But definitely shout out to them. I also, while Leon Slater is still officially the like top male prospect for TNA. I would assume so, unless you want to talk about but whatever. Like someone that TNA is really excited about. For him to have a match with AJ while AJ is still wrestling. We don't know if they will allow AJ to have a final match on TNA. Um, and so in lieu of that, the fact that he got to have this while Leon is still TNA, because I would be shocked if he's not officially WWE over the next year. Um, I really appreciated that piece of this particular match too.
You know, when I first got back into wrestling a couple of years ago, I was rolling my eyes at AJ Styles because him and the OC were really like lame. They were losers. They're basically the same thing as Chad Gable in the Alpha Academy with Otis and Tozawa and Maxine. They're basically the same thing.
Oh boy.
And this last year of AJ Styles, I really have been enjoying what AJ Styles has been doing, honestly. Actually, ever since what Clash in Paris with Cody or whatever it was, like that is
Yeah.
like I've been enjoying AJ
Or
Styles since then.
Clash and wherever wherever they went right after. Was that a backlash? I think it was a backlash.
Yeah, it might have been Backlash
Right
Paris or
after
something like that. It
WrestleMania,
was like something Paris or some shit.
him and Cody.
Wherever it was,
Oh wait, they had multiple matches, but anyway, yes,
wherever that was,
him and Cody was last year. Yeah,
that was really
yeah.
good. And everything has been kind of good since then. So I hope it continues to be good for AJ Styles. I hope he continues to get decent enough storylines that he can make look really good. Cause like, I kind of feel like that's what he's doing right now. He's just getting some decent storylines and he's just making them look way better than they are. That's all I got for that match. It was a solid match. Another one that's a predictable outcome. They were not about to have the NXT and the TNA guy beat the tag team champs, but here we are. Anything else, Eric?
I'm glad that the Raw Tag Team Champions are having matches and defending their championship.
Correct.
That's nice, isn't it?
Correct. Now on.
That's what I got.
Now on to the main
Shout out
event.
Javon. Shout out Leon. Yeah,
Shout out to the
word.
21-year-old. Now on to the main event. The spectacle of spectacles. Now I'm gonna throw this in here right now before we get to this. It was a long day for me. Not only was it the end of Mr. Cena's career, it was the final episode of My Hero Academia for all you anime nerds. So a lot of stuff was ending for
Shout
me.
out.
A lot of stuff was ending for me. But the final match, Gunther coming out to Symphony Number 9. John Cena, one last time, soaking in the crowd. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like that crowd didn't really do it. Like it did a good cheer, but I was like they should have tore the roof off the building for this man, and I don't feel like they did exactly that. But I'll let you go. I'll let you talk about this match. I'll follow you.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll follow up.
All right. All right. Whew. I Where do I start? I think I'll I'll start by talking about the lead up to this. Obviously this entire year, not to get too in the weeds of the retirement tour as a whole, but like this entire year has been about saying goodbye. Uh, but it didn't kind of fully start to like hit like in my head and in like my emotions until like the week leading up to this match. Um, so there was definitely a lot of emotion on my end, like coming into this as you would imagine. I think um, I will say next um, that I was very wrong about something. Something that I said and that I felt was before this match was that Gunther was the right opponent, but I didn't know how much like that getting Cena's last match and being able to retire Cena is a huge accolade on its own. But I didn't know how much it was going to change Gunther after it. After seeing this match, boy, was I wrong. Because he gained something that he probably couldn't have gotten
Without this,
in almost any other way. So that the outcome of this match, the actual match itself, like as it was happening, I was like, wow, um, I truly don't think that I would have preferred anyone else. Like he was absolutely the right choice. Gunther was definitely somebody that was on my list as someone that I wanted, that I hoped that Cena was going to face at some point over the course of this year. Um, I I view matches and I view wrestling overall. The the thing that's the most important to me is the like story aspect of the matches. Yes, the like technicality of like what's happening in the ring, like sometimes that in itself is the story, but more times than not I'm looking for like what is the reason for this match, what are we supposed to take away from it. And so Gunther, in the style that he does just best, just methodically chipping away at Cena. Um, Cena still being able to get in the majority of, or pretty much all of his moves that you would like. Um, but the like in ring storytelling of that sequence where he just like waited and then just like clotheslined the hell out of him like five straight times. I thought that was great. And then the like basically like the
Did he
final
eat an AA
third,
and then just hop back up or something like that? Something at the end. What did he get hit with at the end? And
I
he just hops the hell right back up and just destroys
I think he had started the sequences of the chokeouts, and then Cena reversed it at one point into an AA, and then he was just like, "No, you're going back into
Yeah, he
Cena."
just hopped back up and just a yoink right back.
um, and so I thought that this, from an in-ring perspective, was a really good Cena performance. I mean, Gunther like never has a bad match ever. um, but the last third of this match, telling the story, um, obviously this has been the controversial thing that people have been talking about all
It
week.
bugs me too. It
Of
bugs me that they don't get it.
um, of Cena being slowly taken until his gas tank was on E. And before the match, I thought obviously logically there would be no way that you could listen to the way that Cena has been talking about this year and about this show specifically, thinking that he was actually going to win. In my heart of hearts, was I rooting for him to win one more time? Yes. Did I think that him losing was the right call? Yes. Um, but a lot of the debate is not the loss itself; it's the fact that he tapped out. And there's one camp that's, oh, this is disrespectful because the never give up guy gave up at the end. And there's the like bigger picture of this is the end of the superhero story. This is the death of the superhero. This is him saying, I have given all that I have. This guy is better than me. He has kicked my ass this entire match. I am comfortable with this. I'm okay. I am letting go. It's over.
Yeah, that's how I kind of took it.
Um,
Is that like that moment wasn't
yeah,
even a he's better than me moment. It was just an acceptance that this is the final match. He doesn't have anything to prove after this. Not like he's becoming the number one contender after this match. So what else
yeah.
does he have to deal with this for? He accepted that, yeah, I might not have this one. And instead of just taking an ass whooping, he said, let me out. I know. Like, I know what it is. And took
And
it gracefully.
this guy, this I I will say, like, wrestling is all about perspective. And if you have the perspective of you're bummed out about this because the never give up guy that you have been learning from this entire time gave up, like, I understand that. I get it. I don't feel that way, but I understand. I look at this as the guy that has been carrying the entire world, the company on his shoulder for 20 years. He has not tapped out in 20 years. He hasn't tapped out or lost an I quit match in 20 years. Um, and this um may not have been the moment that the people in the crowd wanted to have, but this is the right call for the end of the story for this particular John Cena character, that he had nothing left to give and that he was okay saying, I don't have to carry
Burden anymore.
this
Yeah.
anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, he said, "I'm done." Not he put me out. I'm just done. And to go back to My
Yeah.
Hero Academia bringing up, it's very Deku of him. So in this world, like everybody has superpowers, but it's called quirks. And Deku was born quirkless, but this hero All Might gives him a quirk, and he becomes a hero, and he's going through this training and all that stuff. And eventually, he gets to this big battle, where he has to save the day. And in order to save the day, he basically relinquishes the quirk that he was given to defeat the bad guy. And at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's very Deku of John Cena to give up being Super Cena, to go home and just be John Cena. Because
Yeah.
they both basically just made the sacrifice. Like, there's nothing, my mission is complete. I've done all I came to do here. And I can go. I can go peacefully, like happily at the same time. So it's very Deku of him to go out in the style that he went out on the same day that Deku goes out. So um,
Mm.
it was just a solid match all around, man. They both put on a great show. Um, Cameramans weren't helping because John's a talker throughout the matches, and they were catching like everything they could catch. But Gunther was whooping that man's ass, and he was going through some stuff. And I like honestly, there's people because I seen the internet and just every now and then I poking on a comment section or something like that, and I seen this thing about John Cena saying he wanted 200 dates. I don't think anybody at this point right now in their head thinks John Cena was getting through 200 dates of active wrestling and stuff like that. Not to say he wouldn't have got through it, but he would have looked pretty bad and beat up throughout of a lot of that.
Did you see like the actual conversation that came from? Because I think people were misunderstanding it a little bit.
I didn't see the conversation, but I figured that's what people were misinterpreting because he's not doing 200 matches. But there's
Yeah.
people arguing that he could have. And like somebody was like, "How are you going
No.
to tell us? How are you going to tell John Cena what he could do with his body?" It's like it's not that I'm telling him what he can and can't do with his body, but like you guys ridiculed the matches he was having in the whatever many dates he had now. So you think adding more would have made it look better? Like come
Yeah.
on. Like, I really look at some people and it's like, I can't wait till they get older. I hope they get older so they can see what old age actually feels like. I'm not even old like that. And I be sitting here thinking how certain people are still doing it. Like LeBron, I don't know how LeBron's still doing it, like at the level that he does it at.
I don't know.
I don't know how John Cena's out there taking slams and stuff like that, lifting people like
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, like The Rock. Even when he comes out there and does it, it's pretty impressive that he's out there still taking bumps and shit like that. But
Yeah.
so
I will I will add a little bit of context to it because I like what I like watched pretty much all of the like long form interviews that he like put out the like week leading up to this. He was talking about initially when he was blocking out his schedule for this year. His thought was, okay, when I was full time, like I'm gonna do this the same way that I did it when like the last time that I was full time, which at that time it was um like he was doing 220 dates a year. And so he initially thought like, okay, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna try to do this full schedule again like I was doing before. And then TKO was like, no, we don't do that model anymore. We want you for this. And then he was like, "Oh, like, all right, cool. Like, one, like like that's completely different from the way that I was doing it, but I'm cool with that." And then also he was like, "And thank God that they said 36, because woo boy, would I not have been able to do that schedule."
Yo,
He
it's
said that.
but it's so crazy that people are like really fighting against it and be like, "Yo, and it's such a weird fight because this is why I don't like the Triple H is like the bad guy thing in all these situations because the
Oh,
John
I
Cena
have the
thing,
most pick with Triple H,
but
but that's
The
different.
John Cena thing is a perfect example of why I hate it. Because when you say it was John Cena's decision, you blame Triple H for not stepping in saying no or making him do what X, Y, Z. And then when you say it was Triple H's decision, you're like, well, why didn't John Cena take control? This, that, and that. Well, who the fuck has control? Who the fuck is in charge if every time you don't like something, the other person should have took control? No, they both can't be the boss, especially when TKO actually runs things. So I don't I don't know what people really be expecting because at the end of the day, they both got to listen to that entity above them. So I don't really subscribe to the whole who's the bad guy type thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think something like this is very like logistical. Obviously, like with their live events calendar, like like that's somewhat Triple H. That's not really Triple H. But so like I think that's a bit different than like like the creative choices, which I do think is Triple H. Obviously, that's his
I
title.
wouldn't be
Um,
surprised if they
but
override them in a lot of things though. That's what these companies do is it's like video games. You have games like Call of Duty and like anytime people say that there's something wrong with the game, they literally just point back to Activision, the big company that heads it all, not the companies making the games. They'll say these companies are making shit games, but they're like it's because Activision strangleholds them into making certain decisions because they're worried about money. And what do we already know TKO is worried about? Money. So they're definitely going to pigeonhole certain things and make sure certain things are happening because it's the moneymaker. Like I was just telling G the other day, I was like, when you see all these people that are WWE guys in these commercials, make sure you note that each one of these guys gets screen time on the week to week basis. You're not seeing the guy like Otis getting in the commercials nowadays. When he used to be in commercials,
yeah,
but he was week to week at that time with Chad Gable.
yeah,
Now you see people like
yeah,
Now you see people like Penta. Now you see Jay Uso. This is why Jay Uso gets the mega push that he gets because he's marketable as shit, even if he's losing. Who else is there? L.A. Knight, Bianca Belair. These people, if Bianca Belair wasn't hurt, she'd be on every week. So like, this is how they handle things.
for sure.
And people be like, "Hey, Montez Ford needs to be it. Mello Hayes needs to be it." A lot of those guys won't be it because the WWE is not trying to use them as centerpieces for their marketing. So that's really the nitty gritty to a lot of why people's favorite superstars aren't getting the push that they feel like they deserve. Is because the WWE is not marketing that person, or they don't care to. Probably why Drew won't be the guy because I can't see Drew being in the commercials for the WWE too much. He's in a couple. He's in that one cricket one when he was like playing with the toys and it was like him versus Kofi or some shit like
Oh
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
another week to week guy though. But
He's like starting to get in some movies. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know. And CM
I
Punk's
don't
in
know.
another movie too that's coming out soon. So you'll see those guys in the commercials though. The guys who make the
The
big bucks.
Zebros. Oh,
No, there's another one coming out.
the Z.
Z Bros.
I know you're talking about the other one where he's a cop.
Yeah. But what are we on to next? Do we have anything more to say? I was kind of upset he left the sneakers. Like those aren't boots. Do not leave the sneakers in that damn ring, John Cena. And he left the
What you
sneakers.
what you mean? You didn't want him to leave the Snickers?
No, if he was gonna leave the sneakers, he should have wore the Reeboks one last time. Like,
That's true.
he should
I
have
do
wore the
agree with
Reeboks
that. I
one
do wish
last
that
time if he was gonna leave the sneakers.
I do
He ain't even hit us with one of
I
these
do agree
for
that
the one time, bro. He could have hit us with one of those for the one time. John,
It's true,
John Cena hates that character
and
so much, bro. I hate that he hates that character so much.
I
Wait,
don't
wait. Let me ask you
I
this.
don't
Let me
think
ask you
he.
this real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you think John Cena today, character or the person, would fuck with John Cena back then?
Mm, I don't. I n- I don't think they would be like close friends, or the
I
like
think
John Cena
John Cena
character wouldn't be like close
today
friends,
would
or
be
like
like,
they wouldn't be like tag team part.
get away from me. I don't like him. Like, I feel like John Cena today would be
Yeah,
like, I don't like him.
yeah.
Like, and I hate that. I
I
kind of hate that he's so far from that character to like a point where it's like the polar opposite, almost like a disgusting thing to John Cena today, because it's so polarizing for him. Honestly,
yeah.
that character.
I um based off of a lot of his answers that I've seen him give, where people have like asked him to come back, like come out to basic thugonomics, or like people asking him to like rap all the time, or like people asking him like, oh, like it like, are you gonna like release like some like new bonus like tracks like to your album on the 20-year anniversary, and like his answer every time is like, guys, like I I am a middle-aged white man. I like
I call the
this is
cops. The
not who
cops don't
I
get called
am
on me
anymore.
anymore.
I can't I can't like I'm not that anymore. So I I don't look at it as he hates that character or that he doesn't like that character. I think he's trying to be very self-aware and say it will come off very different. One, he says that he like rapping is a skill, and he has not rapped in a very long time, so he's not going to do that. And two, like if he did try to do it now, it will come off very differently with 48-year-old John Cena trying to do that versus what it looked like when he was 25.
I think he kind of doesn't like the character. I think if he could go back and get popular some other way, he would do it. I think there's something about where his character is today. I feel like his if he could go back in time and still be this John Cena and came up under a different character that he would like be more proud of being, I feel like he would take that route. But that's just my opinion. Um, should have left the George instead of the sneakers. Would have been
So
weird. It
how
would have been
logistically
weird. It would have been
would you
weird.
want that to work?
It would underwear. We act like we ain't never seen Brock Lesnar. Not Brock
You
Lesnar.
want John
Wrestlers are
Cena
basically out there
you
in their
want
underwear anyways. Like, what do we mean?
you want John Cena in his last moment as a wrestler to strip down into his underwear and take his jorts off?
It's a joke, but it would have been better than the sneakers, bro. Because at least the jorts are like synonymous with John Cena, bro. They're
I think
synonymous.
you're I no, I think the sneakers are perfect.
Nah, them dusty ass fucking orthopedic sneakers. I was sitting here when it was
I do
ending.
wish
I
that they
was
were the
like,
Reeboks.
"Don't leave those orthopedics in the ring." I was like, the wristbands are just fine. Just leave the wristbands, bro. Like something that's synonymous with you. Like them dusty ass orthopedics are like we know you wear them, but like they're not synonymous with John Cena, bro. Like those are the point and laugh John. That's like the one thing in his attire that you point and laugh at. Like orthopedic shoes, bad feet, John.
Yeah.
Should have kept those on for your bad feet instead of walking up the ramp barefoot. Should have dropped the jorts, bro.
I d I do I do have one more little piece to this that I would like to talk about. So how did you feel about the
He should have
rest
dropped
of
the
the
American flag
post-match?
jorts. You're talking about Cody and all them coming out. It was
Yeah,
awkward.
so
It was
just
awkward.
what happened? Yeah.
It was awkward. I could definitely tell that like Cena was like, this is not like how I wanted. I just wanted to walk out. I do think it's nice that they wanted to do that for him because I feel like it's deserved for somebody like him, even if he didn't want it, but it stinks because he showed he didn't want it in ring also. Like when he looked very uncomfortable when Cody and CM Punk went to give him the belts. And like yes, he took them and he got comfortable with it, but you can tell the initial moment he was like, mm,
He did not want that.
yeah, which is kind of weird that he's like shunning away a moment that he gave the Hulk Hogan and stuff. And maybe it's just because he doesn't want to like have a moment similar to Hulk Hogan with the whole Hulk Hogan, debacles that have gone on in the years. Um, it's
I
unfortunate,
don't know if
but
it's
I'm not mad at WWE.
yeah, I don't know if it's like the comparison to Hogan as much as uh he this entire time has like gone out of his way to say to minimize himself in all of these conversations of like, oh, like this is not about me, like we should not be celebrating me, like I'm leaving, oh, I don't need to be the main event, put me on first, like at like some point, like there's a line of being humble, and then there's John, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
I
There,
think
there's,
this
who I also feel like is too
I
humble sometimes. Shaq. When it comes down to talking about the legends of the other bigs, Shaq is always telling you the other bigs will beat him. And I'm like, oh, dog, I get it. They're the legends. They're the guys who came before you and stuff. But Shaq, you're tearing up 99%. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, they can't guard you. And that's John Cena all this year, is trying to be that kind of guy. And it's nice. It's cool. But
yeah.
but you
And
deserve the flowers at
and
the end.
yeah. So I kind of felt like it was some of that. Of like, if you wanna, if 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 you want to do that for the whole tour, like fine, like that's how you want to do it. But like at the very least, like
Celebrate
let
you.
us like make the focus about you and celebrate you, like for the last match, like the last show, like can that be about you?
And that's
Like
another
what, like
reason why
the very last one?
that's another reason why the complaining about the outcome of the match from the internet is like so annoying and be like, oh, Triple H did this. I'm like, yo, you guys don't even get how bad you're taking away from this moment. Like how bad you're making this moment about anything but John Cena right now. And it being his final match. Y'all making it about what y'all wanted the outcome to be when it doesn't matter. It's over. Like it, it's just annoying, honestly. But I felt like it was a good match. I felt like it was the
I
right outcome.
do. Um,
And I felt like it was fine of
I
WWE
think
to try to give him a nice send off.
I think as far as the send off, I know that we were just talking about like, oh, it's Triple H's decision, and obviously, I think Triple H agrees with it. I think the way that John Cena lost is the way that he wanted to. Like whether he says that over the next couple weeks, he has a podcast with Cody Rhodes coming out tomorrow. I don't know how much he'll reveal there. I truly feel in my heart of hearts, with just how much with everything that I've seen him say over this year, I have no doubt in my mind that that's the finish that he wanted.
Did you
Whether that's
notice
right or
Gunther
wrong,
was a little
maybe
taken
we'll never
back?
know.
Did you notice Gunther was a little taken back?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't planned for it to go that way?
I I do think that there's a possibility that Gunther was told that he was going to win, but not that he was going to tap. And then Cena knew that that's what he was going to do, but didn't tell him that. I think that's possible. Or
I
Gunther
think that
did a
was
great job selling it of like oh, did I get him?
I think it's more likely
I
that
don't know.
it was a swerve type of thing. Cause it just seemed like they were gonna try to cement John Cena and like just put him to sleep. Put him to sleep so he can keep his hustle, loyalty, respect, no give up thing. And Gunther would be the guy who still killed off your hero in dominant fashion. But I think John Cena just knew that like this was the perfect way to like skyrocket this dude as a heel. And it was just like so poetic of an ending for a guy like him also. So he was just like, fuck it, dog, we doing this. Tap, 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 tap.
I I think that the reaction that the crowd got and to Triple H is fascinating. I could talk about that for a long time. I'm not going to belabor that point. I do think that there is a worthy conversation of Triple H Triple H coming out at the end. It's like and that this is whether we as fans that are not there think that it makes sense or not, like it does make sense that the emotions in the building and the people that paid all that money to be there, that there definitely was an expectation that he was going to win, whether that was accurate or not. But he you you end the show and his career on this down point where the heel is standing tall and the hero is defeated, and then Triple H, there's this line of like, oh, like you can view this as Triple H is coming out as the head and the representative of the company to like to say goodbye to Cena, but also Triple H himself has spent so much time over this past year talking about kind of like breaking traditional kayfabe and saying, "Oh, here's Unreal," and "Oh, guys, this is fake. Remember?" And "Oh, yes, I'm the one writing the show." So then the booze, um, I felt like in that moment that a lot of that heat like was Gunther, but it was actually like I'm not mad at Gunther the character. I'm mad at Triple H. And the fact that Triple H just walked out there after, uh I felt like personally I obviously completely understand why he did that. But I kind of wish he didn't, because I think that him walking out took some of the heat off of Gunther, and it kind of breaks that like kayfabe mindset of like, oh, I should be mad at Gunther, to like, no, I'm not mad at Gunther, I'm mad at Triple H, because Triple H keeps telling me that it's his show and he's doing this. um so what do you think about that?
Um, yeah, it's his show, but at the end of the day, like he's given entertainment and he has his own story he's trying to tell. Now, like we can, I don't have a problem with people having an issue with certain things happening, but when we're to the point where we're irate and being like, "You're such a fuck up and you're doing so bad" and all this other stuff, I think it just gets to a little too extreme. Um, because at the end of the day, we don't have to watch. We can go watch something else. So we choose to spend our time here, and if it continuously gives you something that you're not enjoying, stop watching it. I enjoy enough of it. Um, yeah, I like people who are on top right now, but that's always been like that's always been wrestling. That there's people you like that are not going to be on top, like, and they'll never see the top. Sorry. Um, like a lot of this stuff that we're complaining about Triple H is not really new stuff to wrestling. Like, yeah, it might be happening more, but like that's kind of what happens when everything under the sun has been done and you don't really have new things to do. And you're trying to make stuff up out of old stuff, basically, and still make it feel new. So, yeah, we're going to complain, we're going to nag sometimes, but I think it just gets overdone. So, and I feel like it's good heat for the WWE, and maybe it's good for WWE that Triple H is the villain, is the heel. Um, so it's not to say that it's.
When he's not an on-screen character.
I don't know if he doesn't count, honestly. Like at the end of the day, so let him be the heel. If it doesn't affect viewership, because at the end of the day, it's not affecting viewership realistically. So like, let the people
Well,
boo.
we're gonna see.
Bro, they've been booing and doing shit like this and calling them Triple K and all this stuff for a whole 2 years now, and they're not complaining about no viewers. Like you said, He literally has the breaking the records, phenomenal seat attendance, and all this. Every fucking show we go to. So it's not really doing nothing.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen tomorrow. Like I
Yeah, we're
I do
talking
think that the
about
shows
like
are
10,
gonna
15 years from
improve.
now when we probably won't even be watching anymore. So whoop de whoop.
No, I don't think that far, but I do think I do think obviously there is a real contingent of people uh there like became somewhat of a conversation of like, oh, we are leaving with Cena, and do I think that a lot of people are gonna say that and then keep watching? Yes. I do think
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
do
Is
think
like
that
people
there's a
take it
real
to
amount
an
of,
extreme. Like, oh, we're leaving with
but
Cena. I'm not watching basketball
I
no more
do
when
think
LeBron's
that
going
there's a
either. So whatever.
right. And
I'm
I
actually
do
being
think that that's
sarcastic as
true
hell,
with
but
Cena,
I'm not.
but
I'm not
I
serious.
I think that people are serious though. Like I think not to completely sidetrack it.
But
Like
that's
I
the
think
point
when
of them
like
being too extreme about this stuff.
Kobe retired, I think some people like whether it was intentional or not was like, oh, I'm not as interested in this anymore, or I don't like this as much anymore. I'm gonna start tuning up, and I think with Cena, there's enough. I don't. It's obviously not the entire audience, but I do think that there are some people like with with like that generation like officially ending. It's interesting to see
Well, those people aren't
now that
WWE
Cena's
wrestling
not
fans.
there.
Those people are John Cena fans. That's a different. That's a whole different thing in a nutshell, right there. Is if you're leaving with John Cena, you were never really a WWE fan. If you're leaving because John Cena's not there, because he basically wasn't even around like that, anyways. You were really just around for those what if moments you would pop up. And so you're not watching WWE because you enjoy WWE. You're watching WWE waiting for John Cena to come back. Like like a lot of people have, like The Rock. There's people are probably still sitting there waiting for The Rock to come back, and like there's a lot of us who just don't give a shit anymore. So we could have left too when The Rock stopped coming back and started fucking up. But like, are we sitting here saying we're not watching because The Rock is a TKO board member and stuff like that? Like it's extremities, and I guess it's okay because like it don't bother me none, but it bothers me enough that to the point that I'm just like rolling my eyes at it. And it's like, just stop watching. Go to AEW. Have fun. Like go watch fucking MJF and shit like that, and whoever else is over there. Swerve and Hangman Adam Page. Go have a blast. Who else is over there? Orange Cassidy.
I mean, I'm watching that too, by the way.
Yeah, but like you're watching it at the
Um,
same time. But I'm like, if
but
you want to leave WWE and go be a full time AEW person, what do you fucking do? Like, go have fun. I'll sit here and keep putting my ones up for Roman Reigns, who appears fucking 5 times a year, and I'll be okay with that because the rest of what's going on around it is satisfactory to me. So, anything else on that match, Eric?
um, I guess I'll just say uh, I emotionally um as we got to like Thursday, Friday, I was like, ooh, like this is really gonna be painful. um and it was to watch, but also I I am so appreciative that that I as a fan like got to have this match, like, and that he got to have this, because like there's, as a lot of people have pointed out, like so many really famous and successful wrestlers like don't get to have a happy ending or an ending that they get to choose. So the fact that he not only got to choose when it was the end for him, but also that we got a full year to prepare ourselves for this to actually be the end. I'm really appreciative to him um, that that this calendar year played out the way that it did.
Yeah. I think this was an awesome, like I said, I enjoyed this year. It might not have been the best year in terms of matches for him and stuff like that, and it might not have gave everybody everything what they wanted, but it was a fun ride. Like it was a fun ride. We got to see a heel turn with, we got to see a lot of stuff that we just didn't expect. And we got to be a part of it also, not even just by watching it. Like we actually got to go to SummerSlam and enjoy that ourselves too. Um, and with seeing so many
A lot
people.
of stuff that we are gonna talk about in the next episode that you better tune in for if you want to hear more about our thoughts on the full John Cena retirement tour.
Yeah,
How
because
do you
we
like
definitely
that
we're
for a
definitely gonna we're
transition?
definitely gonna talk about that too. But it definitely makes me sit there and think, how do people like Sting and Ric Flair go for so long? Like that they were doing this into their 60s, 70s, and you got guys like John Cena who are like, nah, I'm done. I'm in my 50s. I'm out of here, bro. I ain't doing this no more. So props to those guys for going so long. Like they probably had their reasons, whatever it was, financial reasons or just, the love of the game. But sheesh.
Yeah, the love of the game. Yeah. The love of that bank account saying about $4. I don't mean to do them like that. Sting, your retirement run in AEW was beautiful. I only know a little bit about it. I do know about your last match and that it was amazing. Shout out to Sting. Less of a shout out to Ric Flair, but shout out to Ric Flair, the performer, I guess. But
Woo!
um,
Oh man.
yeah,
But let's breeze through Raw real quick though. The Raw after happens and Gunther comes out and it's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking beautiful. The crowd is giving him dirty Dom treatment. This man comes out and he's just getting booed out of the building. And at first, he's so simple. Just stands there, gets himself a little mic, and simply says, I made your hero tap out like a bitch. And then he walks away. Regular Gunther. And I was getting upset because they weren't playing his music when he was walking away. They were not playing his music. But I get it. They wanted the booze to sound really good. And then he goes back to the ring. And he doesn't do that. Then he leaves. He just wants to soak in the booze. And then he comes back again. And he goes to the table again. And he's kneeling at the table. And he wants to tell you one more time to make the little kiddos at home cry. I, Gunther, the ring general, made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. He threw the mic again and he just walks away. And then some fuck shit happens. He goes to the back. He looks at Otis and Tozawa, like, what are y'all gonna do? I done beat y'all up before. Then he looks at R-Truth and he's like, Ronald, what do you want from me? Chaw. And then Adam Pierce comes up and kicks him out. And I'm like, what? Why'd you kick him out? What did he do? How many times have people talk shit about somebody to crazier degrees and you ain't kick him out? And then you sent them
and he
home.
said, "Cool, I was leaving anyway."
I was sitting there like Adam Pierce. This is unnecessary as shit. You're being extra as fuck right now, bro. But whatever, because AJ Styles is out there, and AJ Styles is basically giving him the non-verbal look. That means, you think you're just gonna talk about a legend like John Cena like that, and somebody ain't gonna get that lick back for you? You looking at that lick back right here, but brother man, just wait and see, just wait and see. And Gunther gets in his car and drives away. What a good heel. Yo, like, see, and this is what you idiots don't fucking get. Because this doesn't happen. You don't get a monumental heel like this if this night doesn't go the way it went. Like, you guys don't get that. We now are witnessing
Yeah.
what should be the biggest heel of the generation. Like, and y'all don't get that right now.
As long, yes, I agree with all of that. I think the segment was perfect. I was actually I was so happy when he started to walk away after his line because like I don't want him to say too much. I want him to walk it
No,
out,
because that's literally
soak it
all
in,
he
be
has to
like,
say. That's all he has to
that's
say.
all he has to say.
I killed your hero.
Um,
Do something about it, little bitch. Like that's it. Like that's it.
and um, I I know we just had a whole conversation about Triple H. But I agree with what you said here in that this is now the number one heel in the company, and he
The
has next
company, the
level.
company. This is the biggest heel in all of North American wrestling at the moment. What do you mean? Like what?
Yeah,
Who's a bigger heel
right.
than Gunther at this very moment? Who's even close?
Mm, Yeah, I'd have to think through AEW, but I
As
mean,
of Saturday
not
night, Gunther is a landslide the biggest villain in all of wrestling. Easily.
yes,
Not a competitor in
and
sight.
so I um I just hope that they use this properly, and that he gets a story after this that allows him to keep this level of heat and intrigue, and that it does not dissipate. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there are ways that you can handle this where people continue to boo obviously because he's a heel and maybe they feel like a little bit extra, but the like overwhelming feeling of like I can't possibly stand looking at that guy while he's standing in the ring. That's something that you need to be very delicate about how you keep that. And do I have the most faith in this company right now to keep it? No, I don't. But I am really hoping that it does.
He should slap
But
somebody's mom. Have Cody's mom pull up again and like they do a fake slap with her. Like, whoa. Like Gunther need to get like real ruthless. Um, but yeah, I I think they're so far they're handling Gunther masterfully. Exactly how said I would feel is how I felt on Saturday when his music played after getting the tap out. I was like, I felt like a real villain after that. After that ending on Saturday, but the rest of Monday, pretty cool. The Usos and the New Day put on a pretty slapper of a match, did they not? That was a pretty
they did.
fucking banger. Yeah, so I was happy to see that one. Did you want to talk about that at all? Because I feel like we should just breeze through the middle and get to the
Uh,
thing.
they can't yeet to the Usos theme. They're gonna walk out as a tag team,
The Jay's
saying it's
theme, I
just
know,
me.
right?
I mean,
It's
I,
essentially the same theme because they
I,
both base.
I, I, I acknowledge that I'm probably not the person to talk about
Yeah,
Jey
stop
Uso
because you know, we know
right now.
you're a Jey Uso. You're
So
fatigued. You're like me with Sami Zayn, so I get it. I get it. Do you want to get the hate off? I'll let you do it because I was getting a lot of my hate off when Sami Zayn was fatiguing me.
um, Jey Uso, I'll just say like Jey Uso from all the stuff that I saw like during the actual Bloodline run, which I was not watching live, but I went back and watched a good majority of it. Like he is capable of doing really good character work. That his current character is just completely stripped of. There is absolutely no nuance, or progression. Even I don't care about him crashing out after he loses a match and he throws a prime bottle, and then the next week him and Jimmy are just fine.
Maybe he's too
Uh,
drunk.
and so uh, agree,
I like how you
agree,
had to think about that for a minute,
uh,
but it was like, yeah, yeah, it could be. He could be
agree.
too drunk.
Um, and so uh, if he's gonna stay in a tag team, 10 out of 10. Uh, do I have a lot of faith that he's going to stay in this tag team? No, I do not. But am I hoping that he stays in this tag team? Absolutely, because you know what? That I have to admit was the most that I have enjoyed a Jey Uso match in ring in a long time,
Yo, no,
because
no,
he is a
no.
very good tag.
One of them super kicks he hit Xavier Woods with was so fucking good, bro. He might have actually
I know
connected.
exactly the one.
He
Yeah,
might have actually connected with him. Like, it was so good. G was at my house for it, and G was like, "Yo, that's literally the best super kick I've ever seen from him." Like, I was like, "Yeah, got me off my.
he
It got
is
me out my seat."
still at this stage. He is still a very good tag team wrestler. Do I ever want to see him wrestle another singles match? Not particularly.
I think it went that way
Uh,
because he was around three people that he's super comfortable around.
Maybe. And you get a lot more breaks when you're in a tag team match. And that's okay.
You're right. You need those breaks.
You get a lot more breaks.
He ain't running back either.
You know what's funny? I didn't even notice that.
No, those Facebook things where it's like when you're in a pressure moment or when you're in the ring across from Jey Uso, and it's just those little 3D models of him doing all the shit he does in the ring. They're way too funny, bro. What was the one we had said when it was like you're in a World War III bunker and all you see is him trying to run it back? Eric hates this shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Eric don't like none of the fun stuff that WWE tries to do, even if it ain't that. Like, I get it. It's annoying. It's annoying. Eric don't like
No, I like the fun stuff. I don't like when it's annoying or when it doesn't make sense in the
I can't think of a
story.
fun thing that you like.
Okay, this is completely off topic. Tell me some of the fun things that have happened recently.
Well, the things that were intended to be fun. I think the only thing that like, I don't even know if you really like them. Alexa and Charlotte. Do you even like them?
I do like. Yes, I like them.
Okay, but I remember when I said something
I like
about
them.
their. I remember when I said something about their cheesy like best friend thing. You felt like it was overdone.
Mm. No,
I think I was
I
talking about
really
the
like
episode
them
with the
as
cake,
a tag
and
team.
you did not really like that cake episode, where it was like Alexa's
Mm.
birthday or something like that, and then she pulled out the second doll, and whoever came out to interfere with them came out, and they fought, and they slammed the cake in their face or whatever it was. And you said you weren't really feeling that segment. I recall. I thought it was fun. But that's neither here nor there. Eric doesn't like the Usos. Well, not the Usos. He doesn't like Jey Uso's gimmick, and I don't blame him. It is rather, but sometimes it's just funny. All right, cool. So yeah, we were in the middle of talking Jey Uso, technical difficulties, but yeah, I feel like the tag team is a good spot for him. I don't mind if he has singles matches because I remember you just said you don't want him having it anymore, but I just feel
I
like
said I
he.
don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah, I just feel like but he needs to still be in the tag team division, even if he's gonna have singles matches. Like he should not be vacant from that division. And they need to find a way to balance that to actually make him work. I don't him by himself, just by himself for mad long, it doesn't work. It just isn't. Nah, too drunk. Like, what the? So yeah, I don't know.
Am I petty for laughing and saying that even your internet connection had enough Jey Uso?
Kind of right. You're kind of right. What else happened that night? We had Maxine and Ivy Nile on Monday. That was actually a pretty good match too. Not gonna lie. Maxine on this fake Kurt Angle stick though, but it's alright. I'm just cool that Maxine's doing something that's not just losing every week. But and it was nice to see Ivy Nile back. And we saw the Creeds. Chad Gable
We did
returned
see the
to
creeds.
the original El. Well, let me not say that because I don't believe that he was ever El Grande Americano in the first place. I just know he was the first suspect. Maybe our original El Grande Americano suspect is coming back soon. Maybe. Um, did you want to talk about the Ivy Nile match?
Remember when he was remember when he was feuding for the IC title
Good times,
and he
right?
should have won.
Good times. Yeah, I
Good
thought about that the
good
other day. I
times.
know I thought about that the other day. I was like, things were so different. There was like such a better direction WWE could be in this moment if they just took a couple different steps. But not what they wanted to do. So here we are. Now Chad Gable's with some shit ass heel faction.
They wanted to they wanted to make fun of luchadors, so here we go. Here
But
here
Chad
Chad.
Gable has nothing to do with that. What do you mean?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly that he has something to do with it. I know it's alleged, but I don't think it's true. The guy's way too tall to be Chad Gable. Come on, man. Like it's crazy talk. But is there anything to say about this Ivy Now Maxine match other than Maxine's showing improvement?
Um Definitely showing in ring improvement. I don't that I really like the uh, vignettes that they did with her and Natty. I don't know if I fully buy like her in-ring character being that yet. It's brand new. It definitely could get there. Um,
Yeah, I don't really buy it
but
either.
the mid card championship is back on a mid carder, so let's hope that she can turn it into something good. Am I hoping that Roxanne takes that from her pretty soon? Yes, but shout out to her.
Well, we also had Rhea and Io be attacked by the Kabuki Warriors to keep adding fuel to the fire. I'm not even gonna delve in
That's
that.
fun. I love that. I love that whole feud. I love their friendship. I love all of that. That's fun.
I don't really find them fun, but okay. If that's fun that WWE is presenting to
That's
you, then
fun to
okay.
me. That's very fun.
I don't know. There's not much fun about what Io and Rhea are doing. They're just being adorable around each other. But like I said, if that's fun for you, cool. Yeah, I don't dislike what they're doing. I just don't like the flirty vibes when they throw the flirty vibes. Uh, you know what is fun about that? The Oscar yelling at Kyrie thing that kind of doesn't even exist anymore. So,
Yeah,
like that part
I
don't even
like that.
exist. That part don't even exist no more. Eric has been gone for like a month. Like what? What else happened? We had CM Punk in his
Do I
response to
feel
Braun
like it?
Breaker.
Do I feel like it's a little bit inevitable that Julia's gonna join Asuka?
Honestly, that
Yes.
makes
Would I
sense.
enjoy it? Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Sorry, I would enjoy it. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
could deal with that. But let's do it after the tag titles are off of them or something. But yeah, CM Punk's promo is pretty cool. It wasn't that great. I think
I thought it was pretty good.
yeah, it was pretty good. It just wasn't nothing too crazy. Like I still feel like Braun's original promo is still the best promo out of this feud so far. Uh with this whole we're ushering in a new era thing, it didn't really feel anything like a new era though. And if it is, it's a more boring era than the last one we were in. I'll tell you that so far. Uh
If you don't like me ranting about Jey Uso, please don't make me talk about Triple H's new eras.
yeah, that's not a cool thing. But then you get Stephanie Vaquera and Raquel Rodriguez, who put on a pretty good show. Uh with Nikki Bella coming in and being the strong menace that she is, beating up on Stephanie and launching Raquel into the steps. And when I seen that shit, I instantly said, that ain't gonna look good when she gets up. And then next thing you know, she's got a knot the size of two baseballs on her forehead.
Yeah,
It's so great. I was like, yo, that just looks like her face was way too close to the steps. I was like, she ate them shits.
yeah.
As soon as I seen it, I was like, Raquel ate those steps, bro. Like, she didn't just like hit the steps, she ate them. Well, she's lucky she came out with just 2 knots on her head and not like missing teeth or nothing like that. Because like people like Rhea Ripley, they break their nose like on accident every 2 weeks or something like that. But then what happens? We get what, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul to end the night, and the Masked Man comes out, and CM Punk comes out to aid Rey Mysterio, and the Vision comes out. Well, the Vision came out first, but then we get the actual reveal. Who else came out? Did somebody else come out to help Rey Mysterio? Or did CM Punk just come out with the chairs and the Masked Man ran out the ring,
Punk
right?
did.
Yeah, CM Punk
Yeah.
came out the chairs, the Masked Man ran away, ran up the steps, and in the most underwhelming, like WWE really found the most underwhelming way to do the reveal and pulled the trigger on that
It's
shit.
Justin Timberlake from the Crimea River video.
Yo, I literally walked into work and said that to my coworker. I didn't say it like you did, but I was like, so Justin Timberlake theory? Like, because all I seen was him like from that and one of the movies that he's in. I'm like, all I see is Justin Timberlake. When I first saw him, when I first saw this and they showed his actual face, I was like, oh, we're getting the reveal today. Because they're showing
Friends
angles
with
of him.
Benefits, the show or
That
the
too, yeah,
movie.
I know what you're talking about. But when they first showed that angle, I was like, oh, we're gonna get the reveal today because this is the first time they're giving us an angle where he's not just a mystery figure with no eyes. And then he ran up on the thing and they got close up on his eyes. I'm like, those kind of look like aliens' eyes. Forgetting that Austin Theory has these light colored eyes also. And then he pulled off the mask and I was like, but it's Austin Theory. Like we all knew it would be. I felt like it was like the unmasking of a Scooby Doo villain. Like, you know how lackluster that be when you're watching Scooby Doo and they pull the mask off and you're just like, okay. Like, that's what that was.
I did have a bit of a panic right before, like when the camera zoomed in, like right before he took the mask off. I was like, if this is Jake Paul, I'm gonna break
Did I tell
something.
you that? Did I tell you that too when I had made that little comment?
No,
Oh my God. I had told multiple people and I didn't tell you this.
no,
Bro,
no.
I looked at
I
multiple
was
people
afraid.
and I was like,
I was
yo,
afraid.
imagine if it's Jake Paul that's under that mask. And I was like, he's a little too
If it was
not
Jake,
big enough. But it ended up not being. But I do have a theory that this guy is not a worker for the Vision at all. I almost feel like this might be a secret underling of either Logan Paul or Seth Rollins.
I personally really like the idea of him being a mole for Seth.
Yeah, I kind
But
of feel like that. And I also kind of feel like he could be an underling for Logan because he really only pops up in Logan Paul situations.
yeah,
He never pops up when
yeah,
it's
so
just
far.
the Vision. Like if it's Braun or Bronson, he don't show up for that. But he's showing up every time Logan Paul been in the ring so far. So I was like, what if he's not working with the Vision for the Vision at all, or not trying to get their attention at all? What if Logan is like playing some dastardly menace card, like and nobody really knows it? Like that'd be the funniest shit ever if like Logan is running a fast one on the Vision.
If he's doing heel work against the heel faction, I don't know.
Well, he's not really doing it
I don't know.
against the heel faction right now, but he's doing it because at this point he's doing it to people like Rey Mysterio and CM Punk. So it kind of works. Like he's not actually going after the heel, like the Vision themselves. I'm just saying, like he's doing dastardly
Right?
work under
Yeah.
their noses, like, and he's a bigger manipulator than they think he is because they keep kind of playing it. Like I said the other day, the dynamic right now is that Braun and Bronson are unintimidated, unthreatened by Logan Paul's presence at all. Not in the slightest. They're basically like, yeah, he's cool. Let him chill, do what he be. Let him be his little airhead self and do what he do. We'll hang around as long as he acts right. And what if Logan Paul understands that? Because he has to. Like he can't not understand that from the moment when like Brock Lesnar threw him in the ring and everybody else just stayed back. He's had like 2 or 3 moments like that where he's kind of been left out to dry. So he's kind of got to be in his head like they don't really fuck with me, bro. They're just using me while I'm here. So maybe he's pulling strings behind the scene. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that's the angle they're going, but I would like something like that where it's not a Vision thing, but it's a Logan or a Seth Paul thing. Maybe even an LA Knight thing. Maybe LA Knight is just getting fed the fuck up, and he recruited Austin Theory. That makes no sense.
LA Knight, man, I wish
Yeah,
I had a cup or a bottle so I could. Yeah, no, it's.
I'll tell you this: he's not all elite. I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry.
He's not going to
I'm
all elite.
sorry.
But yeah, and that was Monday night, and that was Monday night. So I don't think there's much else to say, right? Like that was a lackluster reveal. I don't know where we go from here. I think we'll find out more January 5th. I think we're gonna wait till then to find out more about this. I don't think Austin's gonna continue to cause chaos every week. He might do it one more time, but just think about it, we know it's Austin Theory now, so you can't just be out in the open anymore. And there's no point in putting the mask on. We know it's
Um,
you.
I'm just thankful that this whodunit ends now because I really thought that they were gonna drag this. I kind of I don't know. I
What
mean,
if there's
I
more than one? What if
take her to leave it
Austin?
at this
What if
point.
Austin revealed himself and a different masked man pops up while Austin's in the ring like next week or some shit?
That sounds like your Los Americanos.
I I was having a discussion earlier, and I was like, don't be surprised. Like if this is like a Logan or a, remember we've already seen two different builds, right? We've noticeable two different builds in the Masked Man. So imagine if it
Yeah.
is a Logan or a Seth Rollins thing, and they've literally just been recruiting a team under people's noses, and it's not just Austin Theory but another person. So now that they revealed Austin Theory, they're gonna have their guards down, and when they're in the ring with Austin Theory, another masked man pops up and gets a lick off, and then they're just like, "What the hell?" Like that's very WWE.
Yeah.
That is very up their alley
I
to
mean,
pull that one. So
I mean they like just ran that play this year.
hey,
So it's definitely
and
possible.
they've been real big on running it back this year. If you haven't realized it, so
Oh,
they've ran
I'm
a couple
very aware from
concepts. They've run like six
from
concepts back this year.
the Monday Night Raw main event being the same thing for like 2 months in a row.
Yeah, they
So
pulled the Judgment Day card there, but yeah, that is our Monday night. I think that wraps everything else up because we did mention Thea Hale winning. I didn't watch anything else on NXT to know what was going on, but I know we're like setting up Javon and Oba, but I'm pretty sure they're setting up Javon, Ricky, and Oba in actuality somewhere down the line.
Um, I did not catch the episode live, but I did see what happened. Leon Slater won uh, a number one contenders match to face Oba, and then Tony D was standing menacingly in the background, so he's going to interfere in that match. But I am looking forward to Oba versus Leon Slater.
Leon Slater won a number one contenders
Hmm.
match. The TNA
He
dude.
did. Correct.
Anyways. Anyways, that's episode 10.
Because he's lit.
That's episode 10 of NEO Wrestling. I hope you guys enjoyed John Cena's finale and aren't like the other people crying and moaning about things that you cannot control and that have already happened. Um, yeah, E, anything you want to say to close out this episode?
Um, I was crying, but not because I was upset. um, Shout out to y'all. Let's hope that we get some more cohesive storytelling in 2026. Hope that you all have a wonderful holiday and that you enjoyed the John Cena retirement tour.
Will we ever see another
Uh,
Cena?
Absolutely not. Um, and please keep please don't let this Gunther heat go to waste. That's my final thought. Please either put him in a situation where you can actually use this, and don't just let it fly away into the wind. Uh, don't let John Cena's last gift go to waste.
Yes, yes, do not. I'd like to say thanks to John. You know, not a super fan or anything like that, but I was there early. Oh, this is the final point I'll make before I let everybody go. Content creator, mini portables, I think it is. I seen one of her videos, and it was her kind of referring to all the kids that are growing up now. Seeing Cena and being upset with the outcome, and I don't know if he means kids are like just little kids or kids up to teenagers and stuff. But she said, "Fuck them kids," because you know what? We're the kids. We're the ones that matter. We're the ones who are 10, 12, 8, 9, whatever it is, when John Cena was coming out Word Life and jerseys and all that stuff. We were the kids that were watching him come out under a fist on Thursday and Friday nights. We're what this retirement tour is for. Like, yeah, you guys are incorporated, but we're the kids that actually grew up with this. You guys are new. You guys don't even you guys don't even remember John Cena picking up the Big Show and how crazy it was, because you didn't even exist yet, most likely. So I get you're upset, but you gotta understand this wasn't really to be an ending for y'all to understand. This was an ending for adults to understand. People who grew up with it. And
I uh, I don't know how I feel about gatekeeping John Cena.
yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
it's not really a gatekeep thing, because it's like you could feel your way, but like this wasn't for y'all. This isn't a close for people who've only been watching John Cena for 5 years, maybe 3 years. Like, this is not a close for you guys who caught on to him because you seen him in some movie and was like, "Oh, he's cool. Oh, he happens to wrestle. I'm gonna watch that." Like, it's not for y'all. Kind of for the people who've been around for the ride. Realistically, like you can't get think about it, you can't really grasp the enormity if you've only been watching John Cena for 3 years. How do you do it? It's like walking in
yeah, I mean,
It's like walking in 1997 and watching Michael Jordan and be like, "Yo, I get it all, bro." It's like, yeah, you don't get it all, buddy, but it's okay. It's okay. You don't gotta get it all. um,
I agree that obviously my perspective and our perspective is different from I did find it interesting uh hearing people talk about their experience growing up with Cena and really latching on to the never give up stuff, that obviously he really realistically spent more time doing than even the prior versions, um that we latched on to him with, and I kind of had to check myself in some of these moments, being like, oh, because I was a bit dismissive at first of like, oh, like you weren't like you didn't buy his album, or like you weren't there like when he made the spinner belt. Um, but then like, oh,
yeah,
like you
no,
know
but
what,
for real too, like for real.
but also like, who am I to say that you're not able to have an experience, and like if you started watching wrestling in 2011 or 2013, and he was became your favorite wrestler, then I certainly am not going to gatekeep and say that you're not allowed to feel all of the feelings that all of us OGs are feeling. But
Cry at home, little kids. Cry at home. Your hero has been slain. Anyways, that was NEO Wrestling, episode 10. Catch you the next time. And we're out. Villain ending.